The Red Bud Inn in Buchanan, Michigan has just added a new advancement to improve the health and safety of our guests. UVC light sterilization for our room surfaces. Watch as I unbox this UVC light with a remote control base.
So I think it matters what we say, and we're now learning that children are getting the virus, not with this as serious consequences, but there's been no studies done yet on vaccines for children. So there's a long way to go, but we can make progress in the meantime and save lives. And the last point I'll make, if you listen to the head of the CDC, he stood up and he said, while we're waiting for a vaccine, and he held the mask. You wear this mask, you'll save more lives between now and the end of the year than if we had a vaccine. It's estimated by every major study done from the University of Washington to Columbia that if in fact we wore masks, we could save between now and the end of the year 100,000 lives.
And avoid lockdowns?
And avoid lockdown, yes. You don't have to lock down if you're wearing masks.
Let's get a question at a time.
This is the base for the bulb. It has a 6-foot cord with an on-off switch halfway through the cord. That's not actually for controlling the light, it's actually an override. The light's controlled by the remote control. Now let's get out the bulb here, and opening it up we'll see that it's been very carefully packed in styrofoam, and you want to make sure that you're very careful in handling this bulb. So now let's dump it out and see what it looks like. Again, don't drop it, just kind of let it slide out of the box. So now you see this 5.5-inch glass part here? You don't ever want to touch it, you always want to grab this by the bottom, because if you get your finger oils on this, or get it dirty or dusty, you'll severely reduce the life of the bulb. Taking a closer look at the writing on this bulb, you can see it's a 25-watt bulb, which doesn't seem very much, but it's got a very restricted bandwidth, so it's actually quite bright. So again, don't touch the glass, and be very careful because it's very fragile. The base is light, so it's very easy to tip this thing over. Now let's go over setting up the remote. The remote takes 2 AAA batteries. I like to use the rechargeable kind. And you set up your light on the stand, plug it in. Note that the plug is not polarized, it'll go either direction. Make sure that it goes on. Step back from it, preferably to the doorway or out of the room entirely. Press the button 3 times to get it to set up and recognize the base. And then after that, the light will flash once to let you know that it's accepted your code, and now your remote is ready to use to control your light. The reason you have a remote is so you don't have to be right up there near the bulb when you turn it on and off. It's best to be outside the room entirely, and you can tell by the light coming through the crack of the door or through the bottom whether the light's on or not if you have any doubts. But don't be in the room with this thing. Don't look at it for more than 2 seconds. Pick one of the 3 shut-off delay times and forget it. Okay, that's it. That's how to sterilize all the surfaces inside a room with the UVC sterilization light. I hope you found this useful and informative. If you did, please help me out by sharing, subscribing, liking, doing all that good stuff, alright?